From the city of brotherly love and Citizens Bank Park, the show has an NL East matchup. It's the Washington Nationals taking on the Philadelphia Phillies. All right, we'll be back to get this one started after this. And on the mound for Philadelphia in this one, Aaron Nola. How about a scouting report on him?
Anytime you have 5 pitches to work with on the mound, that repertoire can be a real weapon in terms of keeping hitters off balance, man. It's one of those things that I'm going to be looking for in this one. Does he have a feel for all of those pitches, or is he just able to get 1 or 2 over in the strike zone where he wants? Now, it's tough to do to be able to command all those pitches, but if he can, he is going to be very tough for the opponent today.
Dalen Lyle leading things off and takes a strike. Next offering in there for a strike. No balls, 2 strikes. Got him looking for the K. Clip the bottom of the zone with a curve for strike 3. That one missed. That's ripped. Base hit. So a man aboard now with 1 away.
He was all over that one. Showed a willingness to drive that pitch the opposite way. Didn't get jumpy, didn't try to pull the ball. He let it get deep, took the barrel right to it, and then extended through the swing for the line drive base hit.
C.J. Abrams in the box with 1 away as he takes ball 1. Top of the first, just getting started here in Philadelphia.
He's just missing with some pitches that, I mean, they're not strikes, and that's what you think, oh, good pitch is a strike. But so many times pitchers are trying to tease the zone. And the last 2 pitches that he's thrown, good pitches, but even better takes.
Hit hard, but foul off to the left. Missed with a changeup, and the count's full. Got him looking. That's a strikeout. Abrams thought that one missed, and here comes a challenge. So the call will stand. That knocks them down to 1 challenge left.
No, that's a ball.
Wood leads off first with 2 down to the inning.
No, he's really working him away this at bat. Sometimes take a little bit off velocity. Try to get a rollover, something on the ground. Stay away from that big hole on the right side of the infield.
And there's a ball. So a walk puts runners at first and second.
Batting fifth, right fielder.
First and second, 2 outs. Dylan Cruz digging in for the Nationals.
Nope, that's high.
Two on, 2 outs.
Man, he really sells the changeup with that arm action.
Swing and a miss. Chased it out of the zone. Stays alive. And a 1-2. That one inside. Look out. Cut on and missed, and it's a strikeout, and that is the inning. We go to the bottom of the first, and on the mound for Washington in this one, Jake Irvin. Not the best results a year ago, looking for better this season, Chris.
Yeah, and I think this guy understands that if he doesn't make quicker adjustments and show improvement, that the patience that his manager has will not last as long as it did last year. So we'll see if he can get off to a great start. Perhaps the work that he did in the offseason will show good results early on, but he's got to get out of the gates going strong, or else he may find himself in the bullpen or back in the minor leagues.
The 1-0.
Ball 2.
This one in the air, center field. Hassel moving under it, and there's one down. So here is Bryce Harper.
First baseman, Bryce Harper.
Well, impressed that he went right after him on that first pitch. That's the key. Try to get ahead in the count, then you can play around a little bit more as the at-bat expands.
Swing and a ground ball. Chaparro takes it to the bag. Here tonight, an efficient start to the home first, 2 away.
Hitter, Kyle Schwarber.
That one fouled off. 2 down, nobody on. Yeah, that's fouled off.
That's a ball.
Just off the inside corner. Ball 3.
Really good take, especially with 2 strikes.
That's a good at bat right there. He was down early in that plate appearance. Works the walk. So 2 down. Trey Turner now. On the ground, out to short. Flips it, and that's a nice play to end the inning. Back here in Philadelphia, top of the second, Keibert Ruiz digging in for the Nationals. And he hits a ground ball right side. He'll do it himself. 1 pitch and 1 out.
Batting 7th, third baseman, Brady House.
Foul ball. On the ground, right side. Stop. Handles, throws to first. 2 up, 2 down in the top of the second.
Center fielder,
2 down,
Robert
base is
Hassel
empty.
III.
Here's the center fielder, Robert Hassel III.
Ball 1.
Hassel patrolling center field in the 8th spot in today's lineup. And this season, he's hitting over .330.
This guy's sink has so much drop in it. It's almost like a split finger fastball. Instead of just weak contact and balls on the ground, he gets swings and misses.
And foul ball. No score here in the second.
Ball.
Hacks and misses. It's a strikeout. Ready to go for the last half of the inning. Here's the Phillies catcher, JT Realmuto.
JT Realmuto.
Ball 1.
So 2 balls and no strikes. This one in the air, center field. Hassel under it. takes it in for the out.
Batting sixth, second baseman, Bryson Stott.
That clips the corner.
Well, the key to his success is getting ahead early in the count. He cannot afford to go deep in the counts. Doesn't have a ton of swing and miss stuff, so he's going to have to work efficiently.
Throws to first in time. Already 2 out here in the home half of inning number 2. And here is Sosa to the plate. 1 run batted in yesterday. Their only run of the game.
Not what he's looking for there in the 0-0 count. Looks like he wants the ball down in the zone.
Ball high.
Comes up empty. That's strike 2.
Oh, that's that slurve right there. He threw it extremely well. You talk about just a ton of breaks. So tough to get that barrel to.
2 down, nobody on. Swings and misses. That's the first slider we've seen today, and it was almost unfair. Well, here we go. Top of the third, scoreless game.
Andres Chaparro.
No. Hup.
Swing and a miss as he was late. A changeup missing. Ball 2. Out towards right center field. Garcia on his way over. Pulls it down and he makes the catch. 1 up, 1 down.
Up next for the Nationals, the designated hitter, Dalen Lyle.
Foul ball there. Left field. Kemp on the move. Brings it in with a nice running grab. 2 down. Next to hit for the Nats, James Wood. 1 for 1 with a single so far. Top of the third, no score.
Ball outside. Ball.
That one misses. 3-1 now.
First pitch strike from the pitcher, but then no panic at all by the hitter. Very patient, showing good discipline. Now he's in the driver's seat with the 3-1 count.
2 down, nobody on. Out towards left center. Turner gets under it. And that is that. Back here, Citizens Bank Park, as we go to the last of the third. Adolis Garcia stands in for the Phillies.
Hey. Oh.
One and two now. Swings through that one. It's a strikeout.
Batting ninth, left fielder, Otto Kemp.
Whoa.
And that's way high. And that's ball 3. Right through there for a strike. Sets him down looking. Called strike 3 and a fastball up in the zone.
Center fielder.
So the Philly batting order turns
Marsh.
over. Brandon Marsh steps to the plate. Fly to center his first time. And they'll do it again. The 0-2. And that's ruled a swing. It's a strikeout. Back here in
Leading
Philadelphia,
off for
on to the fourth,
shortstop,
C.J. Abrams. Digging in for the Nationals. And there's the strike. Next offering is fouled back. 0-2 now. That's to third, and it stays fair. In safely with a leadoff double. Go-ahead runs in scoring position.
Up next for Washington, second baseman Luis Garcia.
Whoa.
Ground ball right side. Harper tosses to the pitcher covering the bag. That's the first out in the top of the
Up
fourth.
next for Washington,
Go ahead run on
right fielder
base. Dylan Cruz getting ready to hit. Went down on strikes his first time through.
Whoa.
You know, this guy's great speed is in the back of that pitcher's mind. If he can get on, it's going to give him one more thing he's got to think about.
Swing and a ball lifted left field. Kemp should have this one. Brings it in. Runner tags from third. And they strike first as they take a 1-0
Up
lead.
next for Washington, catcher Keibert Ruiz.
He didn't want to give up that run, but he did. Got the fly ball, sac fly out. Now it's time to attack these other guys. Get your team back in the dugout.
On the ground. Trey Turner gloves it. Tosses to first. Inning over. Back at Citizens Bank
Leading
Park.
off
Bottom of the
for the
fourth. Bryce
Phillies.
Harper stands in for the
First
Phillies.
baseman, Bryce Harper.
Swinging a foul straight back. This one popped up. House under it. And there's one down.
Up next for the Phillies, designated hitter Kyle Schwarber.
A bit behind with that swing. It's strike one.
He's been very consistent with his command out there on the mound, consistently throwing at the knees. Pretty impressive when a guy can repeat his delivery like this.
One down. Phillies down a run.
That's a ball.
That missed by a lot. 3-2 now. And he walked
Take it,
him.
Oh, you know this guy wants to swing it, but he's showing
Up
some
next
good
for the
patience in this
Phillies,
one. It's the
shortstop
second time he's taken ball 4.
Turner.
One down. Trey Turner will hit next. He's 0 for 1. Close one, doesn't get the call. And it's 1-0.
Strike one.
In the air, right field. Cruz under it. And there are 2 outs.
Up next for the Phillies, catcher J.T. Realmuto.
Brings it in for the 3rd out. Back here in Philadelphia, we go to the top of the 5th. Brady House digging in for the Nationals. Strike 2.
That's a ball. Nope,
Really
that's
nice
off.
2-strike pitch right there. Very tempting, but couldn't get the chase.
Inside, almost got him. That one misses, so a leadoff walk.
That's a tough one to swallow right there. If you're on the mound, you're ahead in the count 0-2, and you just couldn't find a way to put him away. It's going to be frustrating if that one comes back to bite him.
Misses
No,
again,
that's a ball.
5 in a row. I thought that was a strike, and here's a challenge. It just shaved the zone, so they've still got both their challenges. The 0-1. Out towards right center field. Garcia under it. And there's one down. Andres Chaparro now at the plate. Flied to right his first time.
He's pitching well, but not throwing a ton of first pitch strikes. Usually doesn't work out for success, but you can never predict baseball.
Swing and a high fly ball, well struck. Way back there. And a foul ball. Can't connect on the curveball, struck him out.
Up next for Washington, the designated hitter, Dalen Lyle.
And first offering is fouled off.
Ball one.
House off of first with 2 away. Ground ball up the middle, and that chance handled. Tosses to first. That's the 3rd out. Inning over. We head to the bottom of the 5th. And now for the Phillies, Bryson Stott.
Second baseman, Bryson Stott.
Here comes the 0-1.
Nope, that's away.
Swing and a ground ball up the middle. Not there in time, and that's the first hit for them in this one.
Just kept it simple, played pepper with the middle of the infield and took it back where it came from, and there was just no one there to knock it down. And now let's see if they force some action with good wheels on the bases.
Swing and a foul out of play. That one a little bit high. Ball 1. Swing and a miss. He was late. Strike two.
Really going after him here. All fastballs to get ahead in the count.
Tying run is at first. Last half of inning number 5. Fouls it back with 2 strikes. Runner on the move. There's a ball. And that's a stolen base. Not even close. And the tying run is now in scoring position. Foul. We'll see another payoff pitch. Swing and a miss. He struck him out. He battled for a long time, but it finishes with a strikeout. You can't be mad at yourself after an at-bat like that one. Garcia takes low. Second trip to the plate in this one.
Oh, he looks more focused at the plate and working the count after that first at-bat strikeout.
Pitch misses. Ball 3.
Well, I would expect in this 3-0 count, you're taking all the way. See if he'll walk you.
Clips the corner. 3-1. Fouls one away, and now 3-2. Man at second. Battling here as he fouls it away. And ball 4, 2 aboard.
Well, he took his chance at getting him to chase right there, but with first base open, walk not a bad thing. He set up a double play opportunity if he can induce a ground ball.
Pitch misses inside, and that's ball 1.
At the dish, looking to lift the ball in the air in this spot. Anything but the inning double play, Boog.
2 on, 1 out. Swings and misses. And the count 1-2. Got him swinging.
Up next for the Phillies, center fielder.
And now the center fielder, Brandon Marsh. That misses the zone. Ball 1.
Up.
Big spot. 2 out. Both the tying and go-ahead runs are aboard. Strike 2, and there's a real chance they get out of this without allowing a run. Sets him down looking. Back here, Citizens
Leading
Bank
off
Park,
for the
top of the
Nationals,
6th
left
inning.
fielder,
James Wood digging in for the Nationals.
Up.
Swings and misses. And it's 0-2.
He got away with one there, but he knows he can't go into that spot very often against a guy like this.
Got him. One gone
Up
here.
next for Washington, shortstop C.J. Abrams.
Hey.
And that drops in for a strike.
That curveball's been a big pitch for him today. He's been able to get ahead in the count with it. He's also been able to use it to put guys away.
That one way inside. And now the count is full. And another power hitter lurking in the on-deck circle. Strike 3, and that's 2 in a row.
Up next for Washington, second
2 out,
baseman,
space is
Luis
empty.
Garcia.
Luis Garcia, the next to hit. And first offering is fouled off. Ball one there.
Ball two.
Challenge from behind the dish here. Didn't miss by too much, but it'll stay a ball. Still one challenge left for them. Two down, nobody on. Swing and a miss, and that's strike two. Good eye in that
That's
spot.
inside.
Struck him out swinging. And he strikes out the side here in the sixth. Back here in Philadelphia, bottom of the sixth inning. Bryce Harper stands in for the Phillies.
Harper.
And that is out of play.
So now it's all about protect mode. Try to shorten up, try to track the ball, block it if you have to, as far as just a late swing that maybe you're not sure about, but some way, somehow climb back into this at bat through the count.
Phillies designated hitter, Kyle Schwarber.
The Nats leading by a run here in the bottom of the sixth. And there's a foul ball. That one almost got him. Got him looking. Strikeout number 8.
Up next for the
Trey
Phillies,
Turner at the plate.
shortstop, Trey Turner.
And that one fouled off.
Oh, he's got to be pretty proud of this outing so far. Sometimes guys cower coming into a ballpark like this, but he has attacked hitters. Pitching on the road like this is very impressive. This has been a treat to watch.
The 1-2. Knocks that one away, and we'll do it again. The 1-2. Fights it off. He'll see another.
Well, he's desperately looking for that swing and miss. He's going to have to just change speeds a little bit, try to move it around, create just a little bit of illusion at the end.
Got him. That's his 9th strikeout so far. Back at Citizens
Leading
Bank
off for
Park,
Washington,
we go to the top of the
right fielder,
7th.
Dylan
Dylan Cruz digging in for the Nationals.
Yes.
Oh, and 2 now. Keeps the at-bat going with a foul ball. This to third, makes a sliding stop. Over to first. In the dirt, he picks it. And
Now
that's a great
pitching for the
play.
Phillies,
So they turn things
number
over to the righty,
40,
Brad Keller.
Brad
Pretty tight
Keller.
game, so they're looking for quality pitches out of him right here. Got to do his best to keep the score right where it is.
Ball. Ball.
And
That's
another
a
ball. Right through there for a strike. Late that time, and it's strike two.
Cold night like tonight, last thing you want to do as a hitter is get jammed or even off the end. Trying to find that sweet spot on the bat. Tell you what, you're going to be trying to catch things out front, so off-speed pitches may be a good complement to that fastball.
One out man at first. Next to hit for the Nats, Brady House. Slider right there. That one finds the zone, and it's 0-2. House started after it, tried to hold up. Now a look to first. He did not go around.
Well,
1-run game, 1 out, 1 on. That's a strikeout. Good looking sweeper there.
Up next for the Nationals, center fielder Robert Hassel III.
In the air to left center, Kemp in position. And that is that.
Now pitching for the
We're
Nationals,
back in a new pitcher here to start the bottom of the 7th. P.J. Pullen.
Well, the best relievers love the opportunity to come in and protect a tight lead late in the ball game. Some of them are just wired different, so we'll see what he's got here.
Close, but called a ball. Ball 1.
Home plate umpires trying to tighten things up a little bit.
Close, but called a ball. And that's ball 2. Catcher challenge. We'll take another look. And that just scraped the zone. The call is overturned. So they get to hang on to their second challenge. On a line out towards center. And a quick out, number 1.
Well, off the bat, it looked like they might get that tying run on base, maybe even extra bases. No dice, though. A little unlucky on that one.
nope, that's high.
Line drive. That's a base hit. And that puts the tying run on base.
Couple of hits in a row for him here. Nice job of driving that pitch the other way on a line. You know, hitters, they take so many reps in the cages working on going to the opposite field, and it doesn't always translate into the game, but right there it did, and he did it perfectly.
Sosa in now, takes ball 1 off the plate. The kick and the pitch. Runner goes. Ball outside. Throw to second. Out of bounds. Safe. This one in the air center field. Hassel gets there. He's under it. 2 away now.
Now pitching for the
Pitching
Nationals,
change here.
number
Andre
79,
Granillo.
Pretty
Andre
big spot he's
Granillo.
coming into, trying to strand that runner at second base. So he's going to need to make some quality pitches. He does have first open if he needs to use it.
That's the ball.
There's a strike.
One way to make a guy real uncomfortable at the plate is pound him inside with good velocity. They're doing that right here.
That misses. And that's ball 2. Outside with a breaking ball.
Last couple of pitches breaking balls away. I think he's going to have to come firm inside to be able to open up that location if he wants to go back there later in this count.
3-1, and he couldn't come up with it. And the go-ahead run is on base. So digging in now for Philadelphia, Otto Kemp, who's 0 for 2 with a pair of strikeouts. And he takes one right on the black. 0-1.
Well, that's really the money spot. Down and away, if you can locate that consistently, it's going to be real tough for hitters to square that up. That's what you love to see relievers do coming out of that bullpen.
2 on, 2 outs. Swings and misses, struck him out. Inning over. That's a crucial missed opportunity.
Now pitching.
Welcome back, and a new arm on the mound to start the 8th. Jose Alvarado.
Just trying to keep this one close here, and this is where a bullpen can give their players a chance to fight back into the game.
Slapped hard the other way, but foul. On the ground to third. The throw to first, and that's one away as the leadoff man is out in the 8th.
Designated hitter, Dalen Lyle.
And that one hammered. Carrying well. Gone. His first homer of the year, and they add a run. It's 2-0. One down. Next to hit for the Nats, James Wood. 1 for 3.
Ball.
Alvarado, in his 9th season, he features a sinker, a cutter, and he occasionally uses a curve. Grounder off the pitcher. He's in there.
Up next for the Nationals, shortstop C.J. Abrams.
Step off throw to first, and he dives back in safely.
No, that's a ball.
Man at first, one away.
When the skipper calls down to the bullpen, he's expecting the guy to come in and get outs. So far, not getting what he was hoping for.
Here's a 2-1. Grounder might be 2. Stop. Over to second. Double play. What a twin killing to end the inning. On to the bottom of the 8th. And here's the Phillies leadoff man, Brandon Marsh.
Brandon Marsh.
You know, these Phils finding ways to get on base, but they still need help driving them home. They've had their chances with runners in scoring position, but nobody's been able to deliver a big hit in those situations.
That's a ball.
And you got to give some credit to the other side as well. They've been able to get out of a few tough jams, but frustration is mounting for this offense, no doubt.
On the ground, right side. Leadoff man is out here in the 8th.
Up next for the Phillies, first baseman Bryce Harper.
Nope. Ball 1.
The Phils trailing by 2 here in the bottom half of the 8th inning.
Pitching has been pretty dominant in this one, but you got to be careful, not working with too big a lead. They could get right back in this ball game if you're not careful.
That misses the zone, and now 3-1. That one fouled off.
A little early on that fastball. I'm sure the pitcher taking a note. Look for an off-speed pitch on this next one.
Gets a piece there. We'll do it again. Cuts and misses. It's a strikeout.
Up next for the Phillies.
They hand the ball over to a new arm, Cole Henry.
These are the spots relievers really make a name for themselves, late and close. There's not much margin for error, but at the same time, there's a reason they're put in these situations.
Schwarber stands in now and watches strike one.
Well, as good as things can be, it can be a tough day at the office, even for the skippers. Seeing the offense just sputter, not able to get anything going.
Two down, nobody on.
Ball two.
Pitch in the dirt. 3-1 now. That's a strike across the top of the zone. Foul ball left side. He'll see another. Spoils a two-strike pitch, and he'll see another. Got him looking. He didn't make it easy for him on the mound, but they still get the strikeout.
Now pitching for
And we've got ourselves a pitching change. Taijuan Walker.
And he comes on here for the first time this season, and I'm sure there's some nerves involved in that, so we'll see how he settles in. Really good cutter that he's able to front door and back door. That pitch is devastating.
To third. Now the throw to first on the run. Pretty nice play there.
Up next for Washington, right fielder Dylan Cruz.
No, that's a ball.
He's clearly trying to work him away here. Both pitches off the plate. If you really want to put the ball in play, you're going to have to stay back and drive it to the opposite field.
Strike on the inside corner. Out towards right center field. Stop. Under it. That's out number 2.
Yeah, that's a tough play for the infielder, ranging back into the outfield. There's part of him that's saying, hey, where are you at, outfielder? Call me off. But he stayed focused and made a nice catch right there.
Ruiz in the box here. Lets that one go for a ball. Foul tip straight back, and that squared him up in the mask. That didn't feel good. Drilled out towards left center field. That's well struck. This one could be trouble. Around first, heading for 2. Into second, and he's got a double.
Really good swing right there. He got a pitch that he knew he could handle, allowed himself to stay back just a tad bit longer, and he hit the ball on the screws.
Man on second, 2 down. Got the bat going too soon. It's strike 2.
From a pitcher's perspective, that's a beautiful splitter right there. As a hitter, you don't.
Goes down looking.
Now pitching for the
We're back,
Nationals,
and on the mound is the
39,
closer, Clayton Beeter. He comes in with a chance for his second save of the season. Here's Turner now. 0 for 3 in this one.
Turner.
So important to get ahead of these hitters. You don't want to issue a free pass and allow that tying run to come to the plate. Always want to keep that other team in a position where if they're going to beat you, they're going to have to do it with multiple hits.
Good job to fight that one off.
He's getting the barrel to the ball. He's just got to work on that timing a little bit.
Oh.
Great job of laying off those pitches down in the zone to even the count up at 2-2. Such a better feeling for the hitter.
Battling here as he fouls it away. The 2-2. Got him looking for the strikeout. A huge out to start the bottom of the ninth.
T. Real Muto.
A little bit high, maybe. And that is ball one.
Dangerous spot for that slider right there. Didn't seem to quite finish out front and get that sharp break. Tell you what, he doesn't want to throw that pitch again.
Swings through that one for strike two. Got him swinging for the strikeout. Phillies have just one out remaining. Two down, bases empty. This is Bryson Stott.
Nope, that's off the plate.
Well, he had a pretty good look at that pitch and not sure exactly what tied him up there. Couldn't pull the trigger, and perhaps the best pitch he'll see in this at bat to hit.
This could end it. Breaking ball, and that got him.
Hit him. First base.
Up next for the Phillies, third baseman, Edmundo Sosa.
Close one, doesn't get the call. Ball one. Looked like a strike to me, and here comes the challenge. It just shaved the zone. They'll keep their remaining challenge. Tying run at the plate. Swing and a miss at a slider.
Couple sliders away, gets that hitter to really start looking and even leaning out over the plate. Very susceptible for the two-seamer here. Let's see what he throws.
The 0-2. And a swing and a miss, and that is the ball game.
Great pitcher's duel in this one. You get to a certain point where each pitcher is trying to outdo the other, go a little bit deeper into the ball game. And for these pitchers, it really came down to a few key at-bats. This was a fun one to watch.
2-0 your final here in this one. For Chris Singleton and our entire outstanding crew here at MLB The Show, I'm John Shambi. We'll see you soon. Glad you're here at Great American Ballpark in Cincinnati, home of the Reds since 2003. MLB The Show has action out of the NL Central. It's the Pittsburgh Pirates going up against the Cincinnati Reds. Now the starting pitcher in this one, Nick Lodolo. Chris, what should we keep an eye on here with him?
Great sinker. Although it's not his primary pitch, it's really a pitch that he can go to, misses the barrel of the bat, gets ground balls, and lets the defense work behind him.
Ready to go? Ryan O'Hearn comes up to hit. And that's how this game gets started.
640.
Ball one.
Slashed foul down the right side. That'll hook off into the seats.
This guy at the dish excels in two-strike counts. Got to be careful with him out there on the mound.
The 1-2. And there's a fly ball deep right field. That one carrying. Caught just shy of the wall.
Batting second, the designated hitter, Marcell Ozuna.
Lodolo.
That's out.
He's the kind of starter that a lot of pitching coaches and managers as well really appreciate. Not a guy who's going to get himself into trouble by dancing around, by walking guys. Off the mark there. Ball 3.
Yeah, he throws strikes, and he's got the command, be in the zone, be effective, but just moving the ball around, getting the ball back from the catcher, Boog, and throwing the pitch.
The 3-1. Swing and a miss. Nice changeup. It's an interesting thing when you consider limiting walks. Is it more important today because of how many home runs are being hit?
No doubt. Keeping players off the base paths with the way the swings and the launch angles are today, the emphasis of hitting home runs is so huge. It's never been more important.
Now this is a rocket to left. And it bangs off the out-of-town scoreboard. And they'll have runners at the corners after a one-out single.
Everything came together perfectly for him right there. Anytime you smoke a ball off the wall, you kind of think about what it could have been. But obviously, you have to be happy with that result.
Brandon Lowe in the box now. Takes strike one. Yeah, I think the other part, though, as well, is it goes both ways because I think that guys at times are more than willing to give up walks because they'll come back and strike the next guy out. That one catches the zone. That's strike 2. Swing and a miss. Struck him out. Huge strikeout there.
Gonzalez.
Nope. Ball one.
Well, the best way to shake off yesterday's struggles is to get on the board early. They've got a guy in scoring position. They've got to find a way here to get him in. I think he was sitting off speed there.
Hard grounder into the outfield for a knock. Run scores easily, and it's 1-0.
Couldn't have timed it up any better than that. I know that was a ground ball, but it was absolutely hammered through the infield. That's not one you're excited to get in front of if you're an infielder. You know they used to say, charge it. Crazy.
Brian Reynolds here. 2 on, 2 outs. Swing and a ground ball. They limit the damage here. Back here in Cincinnati. And on the mound for the Pirates, Braxton Ashcraft. What do we need to know here about the right-hander?
With the height, the release point creates a lot of tilt on his pitches. So coming into the zone, really hard for the hitters to get on plane. Makes it very difficult for the hitters to guess.
Stepping in, TJ Friedl.
Tonight, center fielder, number 29, TJ Friedl.
Nice grab. Fires to first. And very nicely done for the out.
Batting second, shortstop Ellie De La Cruz.
Tried to backdoor him with that slider right there, but just missed off the plate. Good pitch, though.
And that is out of play. The 1-1. Swing and a miss. Got him swinging. He chased the changeup. That's out number 2.
Batting third.
Two down, bases empty. Eugenio Suarez will hit next.
Hey.
The 0-1. And that drops in for a strike.
This guy's not wasting any pitches. Hitters got to get into swing mode. This is a good time to expand the zone. Throw something maybe down in the dirt.
Cuts and misses. It's a strikeout. Back here at Great American Ballpark, all set for the start of the inning. Jake Mangum digs in now. Ground ball up the middle. Oh, look at the stop. Throw to first. In time. Got him.
Batting eighth, third baseman Jared Triolo.
First pitch misses.
Aye.
That one almost got him. Swing and a miss. Got him to go up the ladder for the K.
Batting ninth, left fielder.
Two out,
Spencer
space is empty.
Horwitz.
Spencer Horwitz, the next Pirate to hit. He swings and fouls one off. Oh, 1 down.
Ball.
And a big swing and a miss. Fouls it back with 2 strikes.
That's ball 2.
Pitch misses, and a full count now. This one in the air center field. Friedl has a beat on it, and that is that. Bottom of the inning.
Leading
So now
off
here's
for
the
the
Reds
Reds,
cleanup hitter,
left
Will
fielder,
Benson.
Will Benson.
Ashcraft making his first start of the year. And he was a second-round pick back in 2018. Oh, he doesn't get the call. 2 balls, no strikes.
Cold night like tonight, last thing you want to do as a hitter is get jammed or even off the end. Trying to find that sweet spot on the bat. Tell you what,
Ball
you're going to
3.
be trying to catch things out front. So off-speed pitches may be a good complement to that fastball.
And the right-hander's 3-1. That one
that's
misses,
inside. Ball
so a
4.
leadoff walk.
Batting fifth,
Well, he tried to nibble right
fielder,
there and just
Noel
missed his
Reed
spot. Hitter didn't
Marte.
offer at it. Now he has somebody to worry about over at first.
Hey.
The 0-1.
This is one of those situations the infielders have to pre-plan and understand that the ball's got to be hit extremely hard right at them if they're going to.
Now this ball is well hit. This one's got a chance. And a foul ball.
With 2 strikes, may see some movement over there at first base, trying to stay out of the double play right here.
Battling here as he fouls it away. Outside low. And a count now even up. In the dirt. Throw to second. Not in time. He's there easily. So now with 1 away and a man at second. Here's the catcher to hit. Tyler Stevenson.
Hey!
After the loss yesterday afternoon where they really didn't ever get things going on offense, I think this is an important opportunity right here to pick up an early run.
Ball 1.
That one to first. O'Hearn takes it to the bag. 2 away.
Batting 7th, designated hitter, J.J. Bleday.
Swing and a ball lifted in the air. That is the inning. Back here in Cincinnati, and now the Pirates leadoff man, Ryan O'Hearn.
Ball 1.
Back-to-back breaking pitches away, you get the feeling as a hitter that the pitcher's afraid of you, that he doesn't want to challenge you. So I think the confidence level is raised right here.
The count 2-1.
Ball
Misses
3.
just off the outside edge. I think that was a strike. Right through there for a strike.
And boy, that was the pitch. 3-1. You want to be really aggressive on the fastball.
Fouled off the plate. They'll do it again. And a foul ball. He stays alive. Swings through it for the K. He battled for a long time, but it finishes with a strikeout. You can't be mad at yourself after an at-bat like that one.
That's a ball.
Swings and misses at one down below the zone.
This guy's sink has so much drop in it. It's almost like a split finger fastball. Instead of just weak contact and balls on the ground, he gets swings and misses.
Stevenson whips it to first. First 2 batters retired here in the top of the third.
Catcher,
Joey Bart up here. 1 for 1 with a single so far. Fought off foul. 2 down, nobody on. Swing and a miss. There's that changeup.
He's in a great spot right here. Ahead in the count 0-2. All 4 pitches in play right here,
That's a
partner.
ball.
And that one almost hit him.
That's
Really
it.
good
Ball
take,
2.
especially with 2 strikes.
Crushed. Left center field. This one's deep. Forget it. He sends it out of here. And they tack one on the board. It's 2-0. Two down, base is empty, but 1 run across. You're in game 1 of this 3-game set. That one misses in the dirt. Spoils the 2-strike pitch, and he'll see another. On the ground, De La Cruz gets it to first. Lau out on the play, and the inning is over. Set for the bottom of the third. In now for the Reds, Spencer Steer.
Spencer Steer.
First pitch strike right there for him. He's going to have to do that consistently if he's going to give any length to his skipper.
High fly ball out to left field. Horowitz under it. And there's one away.
Batting ninth, second baseman, Matt McLain.
Foul ball. Swing and a miss as he was late that time.
Well, that's kind of what you expect in an 0-2 count. Excellent job of the hitter to have the plate discipline to lay off of that pitch.
Got him swinging for the strikeout. And that's 4 strikeouts.
Center fielder.
So back to the top of the Reds
Friedel.
lineup. TJ Friedel, the next to hit. Grounded out to short in his first trip.
Ball. That's inside.
The 1-1. And he swings through that one.
Man, he really sells the changeup with that arm action.
Drilled in the air, high and deep right field. Reynolds ranging back. Out of here! He'll circle the bases. His first homer of the year. And they're on the scoreboard. It's 2-1.
Aye.
One run across in the frame so far here in the last half of the third. That one close, ruled the ball. And the count is 1-1. Line drive, and it goes just foul.
You could see he was trying to stay back long enough to handle the off-speed pitch, but just a little tardy on the fastball.
The 1-2. Ground ball right side. He takes it himself to the bag, and that'll do it. On to the fourth, digging in, Nick Gonzalez.
Nick Gonzalez.
Foul ball there.
You know, these Pirates doing a great job, Boog, of just waiting for the right pitch to come their way, and I'm seeing very patient at-bats out of them. They're doing a good job of working the pitch count, and they've been able to push a couple of runs across to score as well.
One down.
Up next for the Pirates, right fielder Brian Reynolds.
Ball. That's
You know,
down.
sometimes all it takes is getting to the next arm before an offense does any damage, and that might be the case today.
Swinging a foul straight back. Fastball for a strike. Gets under it and pops it up. Stevenson takes it in for the out. 2 up, 2 down. 2 down, base is empty. Up next for the Pirates, Jake Mangum. 0 for 1 so far. Smoked on the ground a second. And it's a 1-2-3 inning. Back here at Great American
Leading off
Ballpark,
for the
in now for the Reds,
third
Eugenio
baseman,
Suarez.
Eugenio Suarez.
First pitch, and he just misses.
Well, these Reds just lacking discipline at the plate in this ball game. So many of their outs have come from weak contact on pitches they're chasing outside of the strike zone. You can't do much of anything with those locations, and that's been true again today. And as a pitcher, when the hitters are swinging at everything, you feel no need to challenge inside the zone. You just keep working the corners and expanding that strike zone and beyond, and they just keep eating right out of your hand.
Outside low. Full count now. Swings through that one. It's a strikeout.
Up next for the Reds, left fielder, Will Benson.
That's a really good take right there. Slider down and in. Very difficult to get on the same plane and do anything with.
That one lifted to left. Brings it in. 2 down.
Up
Next for Cincinnati,
the Reds,
Noelvi
right
Marte.
fielder,
Struck out
Noelvi
swinging his first time.
Marte.
Check swing, and he went. And it's 0-1. In the air, right field, Reynolds drifts towards it, and that'll do it. We go to the top of the fifth. Leading off, Jared Triolo.
Jared Triolo.
This one in the air, center field. Friedel under it. Takes it in for the out.
Up next for Pittsburgh, left fielder, Spencer Horwitz.
Nope.
On the ground to the left. Suarez throw to first in time. And the first two set down at the top of the fifth.
Ryan O'Hearn.
Ryan O'Hearn getting ready to hit.
He's pitching well, but not throwing a ton of first pitch strikes. Usually doesn't work out for success, but you can never predict baseball.
And that's a little bit high. And 1-1.
That's ball 2.
2 down, nobody on. And we're at the top of the fifth. Late with the swing there. What a stop to first. And that's a nice play to end the inning. We head to the bottom of the fifth. Here's the Reds catcher, Tyler Stevenson. Swing and a ground ball up the middle. That's a base hit. And the tying run is on base.
Well, clearly he was ready to hit right there. Timing on the swing was good, able to shoot the ball up the middle. Didn't square it up as much as he probably would have liked, but that's a good approach paying off.
Ball.
In the dirt, blocked. And the runner stays where he is. Tying run is at first. Last half of inning number 5. Late on that fastball.
Man, he was really tardy on that fastball. Great job of setting him up by throwing the curveball. Add some velocity to it on the next pitch. Can't catch up.
Triolo gets under it. And there's one down. One out man at first. Spencer Steer, the next to hit for the Reds. He's 0 for 1. There's a strike.
Oh, and you can throw that big curve on the inside part of the plate. Very difficult pitch for the hitter to get on plane with. You can have a lot of success if you can pitch in that location.
There's one. Not in time at first. It's a fielder's choice.
Up next for the Reds, second baseman, Matt McLain.
Oh, he's got to be pretty proud of this outing so far. Sometimes guys cower coming into a ballpark like this, but he has attacked hitters. Pitching on the road like this is very impressive. This has been a treat to watch.
Quick move to first. Steer dives back in safely.
I think you want to get a one-way lead, be very aggressive in the secondary. This hitter not a power guy, so you want to make sure that you can get some length on the secondary lead and perhaps score on a ball in the gap.
On a line, base hit. They stop the lead runner at second. Now 2 on with 2 outs.
Oh, that'll make you feel good as a hitter right there. You'll often hear the phrase short to it, long through it, and that's a great example of it right there. Got the barrel in the hitting zone early, squared it up with the well-timed swing, and came away with a beautiful line drive into center field.
Two on, 2 outs. Line drive to short and caught. All right, we go to the top half of inning number 6. To the plate now for Pittsburgh is the DH, Marcell Ozuna.
Ball, that's out.
Check swing called strike, and that's strike 1.
Nice job to keep the hands back on that one. Out in front just a little bit.
Check swing, no appeal, and that's ball 3. Stays alive. Got him looking. That's a strikeout.
Up next for the Pirates, catcher Joey Bart.
There's a swing and a miss.
He's been great in this one. Eye-hand coordination just failed him a little bit right there.
Swing and a ground ball and foul ball. He caught it behind his back over to first, and that's a great play for the out.
Up
2 outs, base is empty. Lau at the plate.
Lau.
Man, this guy's got a great feel for his breaking ball today.
Comes up empty. That's strike 2. Swing and a miss. Had him way out front of the slurve.
Now pitching for
Carmen
Pittsburgh,
Mlodzinski on a pitch out of the pen here.
And this is an important part of this game. Tight score and still a lot of outs to get. So they're looking for a big outing out of him right here to get some critical outs.
1.
Next offering in there for a strike. That is strike 2.
Really going after him here. All fastballs to get ahead in the count.
Swing and a miss. He struck him out.
Up next for the Reds, third baseman, Eugenio Suarez.
Hey!
Home team down a run here in the bottom of the 6th. Swing and a high fly ball hitting the air left center field. This one's got a chance. See you later. Eugenio Suarez blasts one out. And we're starting over. Will Benson now at the plate.
Hey!
You won.
Nope. Outside.
Swing and a miss. Chased it out of the zone.
Ball 2.
Ripped to short. On to O'Hearn. Got him.
Up next for the Reds, right fielder, Noelvi Marte.
Lined, and that's a base hit. And that keeps the inning alive.
All over that one right there. Other than ripping one into the gap or blasting one over the wall, there aren't a whole lot of hits that are more satisfying than a nice line drive into center field. So that definitely felt good.
It's through for a hit. So that's 2 straight 2-out hits.
Couple of singles back to back. Couldn't get any air under it, but he smoked that ball back.
Pirates with a new arm on the mound, Isaac
Now
Mattson.
pitching for Pittsburgh, number
This is
72,
J.J. Bleday.
Isaac Mattson.
Base hit into the outfield. Marte on his horse around third. He scores and they have the lead. It's an RBI single, 3-2.
Hey!
Stevenson over at second. Bleday on at first with 2 down. In the dirt. And that's a strikeout looking. That ends the inning, and they limit the damage.
Now pitching for the
Welcome
Reds,
back. We're in the 7th. We have a new pitcher on the mound. Brock Burke. Getting ready to make his season debut.
Leading off for the Pirates,
Now it's the shortstop, Nick Gonzalez.
Trying to keep good speed off the bases. So now it's all about protect mode. Try to shorten up, try to track the ball, block it if you have to, as far as just a late swing that maybe you're not sure.
Swings and misses, struck him out.
Up next for the Pirates, right fielder Brian Reynolds.
Hey!
Close, but called a ball. Ball 1. And an ABS challenge coming from behind the dish. It just shaved the zone. They'll keep their remaining challenge. The Reds holding on to a one-run lead here in the top half of inning number 7. Fights that one away, and the count remains 0-2. Almost got him. Looking to get the tying run on base. In the dirt, and now it's 3-2. And he walked him. And after that long battle, he's aboard, representing the tying run.
Center fielder Jake Mangum.
It just shaved the zone. So they get to hang on to their second challenge. Up next for the Pirates, Jake Mangum. He's grounded out a couple of times. That one finds the zone. Strike one. Swing and a miss at a slider. High fly ball lifted in the air, right field. And that'll do it. Set for the last half of the 7th. In now for the Reds,
Second
Matt
baseman,
McLain.
Matt McLain.
No, that's low.
This one popped up. O'Hearn under it. And there's one down.
Going to have a little more discipline in future at bats. That pitch looked good, but you can't hit it. It was just too high in the zone. You usually see a swing and miss or weak contact in the infield.
Hey.
Next offering in there for a strike. No balls, 2 strikes. And they'll do it again. The 0-2. Broken bat, and it's popped up. 2 down. Elly De La Cruz, the next to hit for the Reds. 0 for 3 in this one.
Ball 1.
2 down, nobody on. Here at the bottom of the 7th. Up the middle, Gonzalez. On the run, throw to first. What a play, inning over. Back here in Cincinnati, here's the third baseman, Jared Triolo.
Well, a come and get me fastball right there. He didn't look ready for the velocity. I think it'd be a mistake to throw him anything off speed right here. Just missed with that backdoor breaking ball. If he gets a swing and miss or called strike, 0-2 count. Instead, it's 1-1. Look for him to go back to that pitch later in this at bat.
In the air, right field, Marte on the move, and there's one down. Now a pinch hitter coming on for the Pirates, Nick York.
And he would be the tying run, Boog, so we may see him try to launch one if he gets a good pitch to handle.
Hey!
ground ball up the middle. That's a base hit. And that puts the tying run on base.
Really nice job staying up the middle with his approach. He didn't try to do too much with the pitch, just shot it through the infield.
And here's the first baseman, Ryan O'Hearn. Step off, throw to first. York back on a dive. Check swing, and he went. That's strike one. There goes the runner. Swing and a miss. Safe at second, and he easily steals the bag. And the tying run is now in scoring position. On the ground to first.
Nope.
Down the
Foul
line, and it's foul. Here's the 0-2. In there. Got him looking for the K.
Up next.
O'Hearn wants to challenge this. Thought it was a ball. Barely a hair out of the zone, but it was a ball. They'll keep both their challenges. Outside low. And that's ball two. Got him swinging.
Up next for the Pirates, the designated hitter, Marcell Ozuna. Now pitching for the
So
Reds,
the closer summoned from the bullpen,
15,
Emilio Pagan.
Emilio Pagan.
High fly ball, right field. Marte under it. And that's the third out.
Now pitching for
Back
Pittsburgh,
now, new pitcher on the mound as we
46,
roll into the
Mason
bottom of the eighth.
Montgomery.
Mason Montgomery. Ready to make his season
Leading off
debut,
for the
and it
Reds,
comes at a high
third
leverage spot.
baseman,
Eugenio Suarez up to the plate
Suarez.
now. He's already homered in this game. And first offering is fouled off. That one at triple digits.
Just not able to catch up to that velocity.
Jackknife's out of the way. Struck him out looking.
Up next for the Reds, left fielder, Will Benson.
Well, triple digits on the gun. I know there are more pitchers that can reach that now than in the past, but it's still impressive to watch.
That's a ball.
Montgomery, a 6'2 southpaw. He features a four-seam fastball, a slider, and he works in a two-seamer.
As a hitter, you got to learn something from that pitch. He clearly wasn't timed up on the fastball. In a 2-0 count, you have to be ready to do damage.
And that one fouled off. Here's a 2-2. Strike three, and that's two in a row.
Up next for the Reds,
Noel V.
right
Marte,
fielder,
the next to hit for the Reds.
Marte.
1 for 3.
Ball one.
Close
That's
one,
ball two.
doesn't get the call. And that's ball two. It just shaved the zone. So they've still got both their challenges. Two down, nobody on. And 1-2. That's foul off to the right side. Keeps the AB going. And that's a strikeout looking. And he strikes out the side in the 8th. Back here at Great American Ballpark, here's the Pirates catcher now, Joey Bart. Splits the plate. That's strike one.
Well, we call that keyholing. Even though it's right there and looks pretty good, if he doesn't love it, he's not going to swing that early in the count.
The 0-2. And it's fouled off. They'll do it again. That one just misses.
And that's awfully close. I don't know how you take that. He's seeing the ball out of the pitcher's hand really well right now.
Swing and a miss. That's a strikeout.
Up next
and a strikeout for the first out here in the 9th.
Way to lay off that fastball up right there. You're looking for something you see well that you can handle, but you also have to keep the discipline so that you're not popping up pitches that are just a little too high.
And that one is lifted in the air. Friedl on the move to the alley. Out number 2. So they're down to their final out. Here's the shortstop at the plate, Nick Gonzalez. Corner infielders guarding the lines, trying to prevent extra bases. Pagan going for save number 1 in this spot. One-run game here in the top of the 9th. That one missed.
Big pitch coming right here. Last thing he wants to do is put the tying run on base, but he can't groove one either.
A little out front there as he swings through it. Fouled off, and they'll do it again. Two down, nobody on. Into left center for a base hit. So the tying run reaches with 2 away.
Showed a lot of fight with 2 strikes in that AB. And now a chance to maybe get creative on offense with good speed on first.
Gets him to chase after that one.
Well, with the tying run at first base, he's looking for something he can get a lot of barrel on, drive it into a gap, and score that run from first base.
That one ripped, but foul.
That's a big run over there at first base. He's got some speed. Let's see if they send him.
He swings and hits a fly ball. Center field. Friedl on the move. And he makes the catch. Ball game. And the Reds take the series opener here at home.
Well, this was a tightly played game. Got a little of everything. Some timely hitting, runs on the board, key pitching and defense in certain spots. Definitely a fun one to watch.